Spread your wings and fly, go!
Yo, what is going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen Rider Zero Spike back again once again. Today we're here for Kamen Rider Revice episode 12, episode 12, and this is a very nice episode. I love Kamen Rider Jean, or I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Jean? Let me know. But yeah, I love Kamen Rider Jean. She's this man full on out, just straight up hand-to-hand fighting Kamen Rider, and it fits with Sakura's aesthetic because she knows karate and stuff like that. So yeah, so this episode we still got the cult leader dude. I don't want to say cult. I want to say, well, this activist dude. I don't know if that's a good word to say either, but this guy who's the leader of these people who want to basically, unite humans and demons. His plan, he has this whole big plan thing going on in this episode, and we actually know that he actually is going to be a reoccurring character. He's even at the lair with the rest of the Deadmans, and he has a whole thing about, hey, I want to become Gifu or Gif, their leader demon that they're trying to actually bring back. He says he actually wants to become that, and I'm just like, yo, I don't think the Deadmans are going to like that. So I don't think the Deadmans are going to like that, but clearly they don't, because clearly, I said her name right way. Orteka, yeah. Clearly Orteka is not in favor of this guy at all. And through a lot of this episode, we see Sakura going through the whole mental struggle of, like, she wants to fight, she wants to be strong and stuff like that. She's putting on, as Iki said, she's putting on that tough guy act. She's putting on that tough guy act and stuff like that. And she has to basically get past that. And like how she says earlier, like, I'm just have to accept my weaknesses, and then I can become strong. And we also see that this guy who's part of this little thing, he's still manipulating Psycho. He actually ends up making her become the make the contract twice with a demon, and with his demon. And I don't know if there's any side effects to that, stuff like that, because maybe are any people who make a contract with a demon twice and they become like the stage 2 demon twice, like, does it have like a negative effect on them? We don't know right now, but it doesn't seem like there is one, but I would think there'd be one. You're doing it twice and becoming phase 2 demon twice. But yeah, so we see that he's able to, from what he said before, he's able to mass produce demons and stuff like that. We see that our Skyforge guys, the Phoenix guys, they actually end up figuring this out too. They're telling this to Hiromi and Daiji. So he ends up telling them that, they're able to do that, and they have to find this guy fast, like, because he can mass produce demons at a rapid rate. We see that in this episode because there's a lot of demons in this episode, especially the grunts. Like, it was basically a small army of them they were fighting in this. And we also see how Sakura's still going through her little mental battle. She has a few arguments with Daiji, talking to him and stuff like that, because he's like the brother. He's a middle child, so he's a brother that's like not. He's all business and stuff like that. He doesn't want his little sister to get hurt, especially because he knows how combat is. Like how Iki says in this, he knows how dangerous combat and fighting in the field can be, and he doesn't want to see his little sister out there like trying to fight and stuff like that, and she ends up getting hurt. So he's basically still looking out for his little sister. He's just doing it in like a stern, kind of harsh way. So in this, we see that Sakura trying. She feels bad about making evil being that kind of like the reason why they kind of lost, and kind of how how Iki got hurt and stuff like that in the middle of that fight. He still got up. He was fine. He still got up because Vice was like, "Dad, don't die, man. Don't die. I'm still here, you idiot. Don't just kill me off like that." And I was like, bro, if Iki dies, you die, right? So if you're not dead, he's obviously not dead. But yeah, so we see she does have a talk with she does have a talk with Iki. He tells her, they're going. He said, you are strong, but like, I want to see a strong Sakura out there fighting, not a half-assed one. And he tells her, they go back to the park they used to go to as kids and stuff like that, which was nice. We see the family thing going on. Now we got a family of Kamen Riders, brothers and one sister, and yeah. So we see Sakura in this. She's back at her karate studio, and she's trying to henshin, and it just won't work. And she's trying to henshin over and over and over again. It won't work, and she starts to cry. She breaks down, and her we see like a little black shadowy figure. It comes up to her, and it's like really big at first, and then it shrinks down, and then it pulls out this little ghostly like little tentacle out to her, and it pats her on the shoulder, and she turns around, and she's not scared by it at all or anything like that, which I wasn't surprised, but I've kind of thought like, oh, she get like scared of it, but she wasn't, and it turns out I guess she knew right off the bat that it was her demon. Yeah, I guess she knew right off the bat it was her demon and stuff like that. So, yeah. So it ends up it's like a little snake. It's like a little walking around little snake demon. And his name is Love. And it's so freaking cute. It's like a little plushie. It's like a little, really like one of those really big plushies, like one of those really big stuffed bears. It looks like that, but it's like a little cobra with arms. It's like a little snake with arms, and its eyes are in its mouth. And it's walking around, and it's so freaking cute. And it's a girl. Her name is Love, and I'm like, yeah, I like this thing. It's really, really. It's like a little Pokemon. It's like a little pre-evolved little Pokemon, and so that's when Love makes its little appearance. It doesn't do any fighting or anything like that. It's just wandering around, and Vice has to basically like protect it because he doesn't want to, but Vice has to like literally protect this little thing. But yeah, it was also a part where we saw that the guy he's able to mass produce these Vice stamps and make these demons. And if you defeat those demons with the fake Vice stamp, then after it's gone, the fake Vice stamp will shatter. It will break because he has the original Vice stamp on his person, but he's able to mass produce them. It's I don't know. I forgot what stamp it is. I know it's a snake. I don't think it's another cobra, but I know it's another snake Vice stamp he's using. But yeah, so we ended up seeing everybody kind of fight. Well, after the scene with Iki talking to Sakura at their favorite park, he basically, he tells her the stuff, and then he gets a call, and he gets ready to go take on all the demons, and he tells her that hey, drop the tough guy act, because playing tough isn't enough. So after that, we see them everybody sitting here fighting all these things, and for some reason we see Hiromi, and he's fighting these things, and he's trying, and he destroys a bunch of them. He tries to use another Vice stamp, the Bata Vice stamp, and for some reason everything just malfunctions. He de-henches and he passes out. And I don't know what's that about. Like, they did not, like, that was just out of nowhere for me. Like, it just kind of happened out of nowhere. And I'm like, can he not? Because he was using the other stamp at the same time. He was using the one that turns like a drill arm. I forgot what it was. But he tried to use that while he was still in the drill arm kind of thing. And I guess maybe because he can't use two Vice stamp powers at once, and maybe that overloaded him. That's the only conclusion I could really come to. If anybody else thinks anything else, maybe y'all could tell me. But yeah, so he ended up passing out. That's when Iki gets there. When Iki gets there, they see Hiromi passed out and stuff like that, and they get ready to take on the rest of these demons. So while they're fighting all of the demons, stuff like that, they kind of get like overwhelmed because they're fighting all of them, and there's so many of them. And we also see that Julio and I forgot the other one, the one in the green. I always forget his name. Yeah, the demon's name is Julio Orteca, and I'm gonna get the other guy eventually. But they ended up Julio and the other guy, they end up coming in and fighting Iki and Daiji, and fighting Iki and Daiji and Vice, and they're having a hard time because they're trying to fight these little guys, but then the big guys are also here as well. And that's when Sakura comes in. And she's basically says that I know what I had to do now. I know that in order for me to be strong and be however strong I want to be, I have to accept my weaknesses. And she's able to Hitchin and her jingle stuff like that. It sounds like how Sabella's Henshin was in Saber. It kind of sounds like it's like the same the same singer, same voice. So maybe it is, and if it is, awesome. I like it. So yeah, Sakura comes in and starts decimating all these freaking demons, yo. It's really, really dope. She's all these freaking martial arts moves, karate moves, stuff like that. She's taking out all these demons, and her brothers are like, "Holy crap, whoa!" And then they see her little demon Love, walking around. They're like, "Oh, that's the me I used to be. That's my basically." I basically feel like Love is the personification of like her kid self, I guess, because it's like a little kid just wandering around, walking around. And it doesn't do any fighting or anything like that. And they say she basically tells us that, hey, that's my other, that's the me I used to be. Can you please protect her, please? And Vice, and we see Vice, it has to be the one to protect her because Iki and Daiji are fighting Julio and our other dude. So they're fighting them. You see that Love ends up getting jumped by the grunt demons that are like beating on her and stuff like that, stomping on, like, y'all douchebags. And that's when Vice comes in and protects her, and then she ends up wandering around. It's like she's not aware of what's going on, but she starts wandering off again, and she gets chased by some more demons, and Vice goes after her. After that, we see Jean go back, Sakura go off and take on some more demons, and basically takes them out. She ends up fighting Psycho, and she's a fighting Psycho. She takes Psycho out with her rider kick, and her rider kick is free. She does like Chun-Li's like propeller kick where she's upside down kicking. She kind of does that, and then she hits her up in the air and does her and then she does her Cobra rider kick. When she does her rider kick, that's when Love gets called in. Love turns into like a little ghost Cobra, wraps around her leg, and ends up doing her rider kick with like a scissor kick, and it was absolutely freaking beautiful. She ends up separating Psycho from the demon, and after that we end up seeing Phoenix end up taking Psycho in, just like they did the other girl, and she says that it's over now. Like Psycho's like, it's over now. I want that now. There's no saving my son. And she was like, don't worry, he's still fighting just like you were. And it makes her smile, and she walks off, taking it by Phoenix. And after that, we have like a little everybody, the brothers apologize to their Daiji apologizes. Daiji apologizes to them, apologizes to his sister, stuff like that. And then we have a little conversation between Vice and Love, and they kind of have like they go through a little thing of like, hey, I'm the senpai demon around here, like don't try to show me up or anything like that. And we see she keeps saying love, and then she throws a loser in there. So I guess I guess Love John is kind of gonna be like a douche, kind of mean to Vice, I guess, call him a loser. And after that, our episode basically ends right there. There was another scene that we had where I just had it. Where, like I said before, when you destroyed one of the Vice stamps, when you destroyed one of the demons, the clone demons, it was the Vice stamp that fake that demon was holding, it was shattered, stuff like that. We also saw how George talked about how he doesn't know. So I guess the whole thing's out where George doesn't know how she got that driver. Like, we don't know who sent her that driver now, because George is like, how did you get that? Like, why does the little karate girl have my driver? I thought I scrapped that driver. So we know that George made this driver, but he says that he scrapped it, and he doesn't know how she got it. So who sent her this Vice stamp? I mean, not Vice Stamp and Driver, we don't know. So that's a mystery that we're gonna have to, speculate on eventually. But overall, this is a great episode. I love the debut of Kamen Jean. She's can't wait to see what happens next episode. If she's gonna work with Phoenix or something like that. Most likely yes, because the driver she's using is a Phoenix driver. So yeah, so she has to work with Phoenix in that way. But other than that, guys, what you guys think of episode 12 of Kamen Revice? Let me know. How'd you like Kamen Jean? How'd you like all her awesome fighting moves and all that good stuff? Who do you think sent her this Vice Stamp? Let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay henshined.